Before I hired you, I had a couple different attorneys that helped me with my divorce, and they kind of, I think, were trying to let's save you money and let's find the quickest way to get a settlement here in mediation. But in the process of that, kind of failed to see some of the difficulties that I had in my marriage. There was, no communication, no cooperation, and so the agreement that I was kind of talked into agreeing into signing was not something that was going to work because it made me continue with communication with my ex-husband, and that doesn't work. So I ended up being in a divorce agreement that was unworkable for us, and it was creating a lot of hardship, and it was jeopardizing me being able to stay in my home. I had done my research because I had already been through a couple attorneys that just did not do a good job. You came with some really good reviews, highly recommended, well recognized in family law. And I felt like after doing my research and kind of looking back at some of your, previous clients, that they had good things to say about you. So I hired you, and I came in and met with you. And after our first meeting, I just knew you were the one to go with, that I was going to be able to trust you and that you were going to do a really good job for me. My gosh, where do I start? What have you done for me? A lot. First of all, just the level of communication and the level of confidence that I have in you and your ability, your knowledge of the law, and everything has, first of all, you've brought down my anxiety level. I trust you, and it makes it really easy to go about my life and handle my business knowing that I'm in good hands, that you know what you're doing, you're on top of it, and you're going to be handling my case with the level of intensity that it needs. And I don't need to worry about it. I don't need to email every day. I don't need to call you all the time. I know that it's being handled, and I know that you have it. So that's a huge part of what you've done for me that I don't think you can put a value on. But also, you have been able to go back in and fix and work to improve my divorce decree and agreement in a way that I can live with, and that is better for my son and I overall. Well, like I said, you just have really, I've found a friend in all of this, as well as somebody that I can really trust. You just have made it easier for me to go about my life, to do what I need to do, to get up and go to work and handle my family, and not be constantly feeling like I'm following up with my attorney, or I'm checking in to see what's happening, or, trying to do the job that I hired somebody else to do. I trust that it's in good hands, and you've really made it easy for me to go about my day-to-day business and know that you are taking care of what I need you to take care of, and that you're doing what's best for me and my son. The advice that I would have for somebody that's going through a similar situation is trust your representation, communicate with your representation everything, and just try to remove the emotion out of the situation, because divorce is difficult and it's emotional and it gets quite ugly sometimes. And it's really important to trust your lawyer, trust your team, and remove the emotion and treat it like a business. Start thinking, what do I need to do to move forward to get on with my life in the best way possible and recover from, the disappointment of a failed marriage. But in order to do that, you've got to remove the emotion, treat it like a business, and trust your team.